Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Skip Allen Paints and the YouTube channel of Skip Allen. This is video 2 in a series of videos about how to recover your custom information in case of a painter crash. Okay, so to simulate a painter crash, what I'm going to do is hold down my Shift key and start Painter 2015. When you do that, you get a window that says, do you want to restore Painter to its factory default settings? Restoring Painter erases all of your customizations, including brushes, papers, and textures. Choose whether you want to restore the current workspace or all workspaces, or cancel. Now, in my case, I'm going to select all workspaces. Now, this is a way to get Painter to start. If you've had a crash and Painter won't start, this is one of the ways that you can try to get it to open back up for you. But as it says, you'll lose your custom stuff. Now, if you did what I said in the first video and you saved your custom workspace prior to doing this, you'll be okay. We'll have some information that we can work with. But it's important that you save that workspace before you get to this stage. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open Painter, setting all of my workspaces back to the default. That's essentially what would have happened if I had crashed. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to reclaim my custom stuff. Okay, so it's going to take a minute for it to open, and I'm going to pause the video while that's going on. Okay, and we're back, and Painter now has opened. If I close this welcome window and I go up to Window, Workspaces, you will see that I'm in the default workspace and I have none of my customization. If I go over here to my brush selector, click on that, click on the Options flyout, and go to Brush Library, you'll see that I just have the standard brush libraries available to me and none of my custom stuff. So at this point, I want to import my old workspace. So I'm going to minimize Painter, and I'm going to open up my Window Explorer, and I'm going to go to my documents, and I'm going to go to my old workspace, and here's Skip's base. Now at this point, Macs and PCs are identical. Your old Mac people, you'll be in your Finder and you'll go to wherever you saved your workspace. Now, you don't want to work outside here. You want to open up the workspace and you'll have all of this stuff that was saved from your Painter user files. And you want to click on Brushes and come all the way down to the bottom and hold the Shift key, and you can select all of these files. And you have to do that. You want to select the entire contents of your workspace file. Next is you want to zip that file. In the case of a PC, you can just right-click and click on Send to Compressed Folder. I'm not sure exactly what happens in a Mac, but it's something similar. You select all of the files and then press Send to a zip folder. Now, it says about 45 seconds remaining, so we're hoping that's going to happen, and that will be true, that it'll only take those few seconds. I should be juggling oranges or something at this moment to keep you entertained, right? Okay, so when it finishes, in this case, it's saying that it's making patterns.zip. That always happens in a PC. Even though I'm selecting all of these files, whatever file the cursor was on when I right-clicked and said, send to compress zip, that file is usually the name that it uses. I'm not sure why it's taking this extra time. Should be done. It's getting the ordering dat files in. Come on. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll pause again to so you don't have to sit here and watch this go. I may even drop it out of the video. I'm still hoping it's going to close while I'm sitting here. All right, so I'll pause. Okay, we're back. And as you can see, I now have the pattern zip file created. So what I want to do is I want to rename that file. And I'm going to change the, go back here. I want to rename that file. I'm going to click on rename. And I'm going to name the file test workspace. But it's not just the name of the file. I also have to change the extension. So I'm going to change the extension to PWS. Now, when I click OK, I'm going to get a message that says if you change a file name extension, the file might become unusable. Are you sure you want to change it? And the answer is yes, you want to change it. Because now, setting the file this way, it becomes available to Painter to import. All right, so I'm going to close my Windows Explorer. I'm going to go back to Painter, and I'm going up to Window, Workspace, Import Workspace. Now, when the dialog box comes up, I want to go to where I saved that zip file. So I go to my old workspace, skip space, and then I come down till I find test workspace PWS. I click on it and click open. Okay, now at this point, Painter is opening that file. And again, this is going to take a few minutes to do, so I'm going to pause the video while it's happening. Okay, and we're back, and I came back at the point where it starts switching workspaces, and that means that it has brought in all of the workspace, and then it starts switching to the workspace that it brought in. Now, that did take a few minutes to do, but my workspace is pretty large, and most folks won't have a workspace that's that big. Okay, so it's finished. Now, if I go up to Window, and I go to Workspace, I now have Test Workspace. And if I go to Brushes and look at brush libraries, look at that. I've got all of these brush libraries that were in my other workspace. So you can see that if you take that workspace and take the guts of the workspace that you saved somewhere, and take the guts of the workspace, zip it, change the name of it to the workspace name you want to use, change the extension to PWS, you can bring it into Painter most of the time. Now here's one caveat. If perchance the workspace was corrupted, there's not anything you can do. After you zip it and you try to bring it in, it will probably crash Painter. And if that happens, then your workspace is corrupted. And at that point, you will need to bring in the information individually. So come back for the next video, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.